The new Clover chapter is incredible. Yuno has officially been promoted to Captain of the Golden Dawn, possibly surpassing even Julius Novachrono. This chapter has confirmed some of my predictions, and we have also received indications that a number of other predictions are likely to come true as well. For example, Yuno's new magic, Solar Wind, a combination between wind and star magic. And also the Paladin network and the zombie apocalypse-like system of how all humanity is supposed to turn into paladins. If you don't know what all these theories are about, I will put the link in the comments so after you finish this review you can watch all the theories. Let's start with the new Clover chapter. If you end up liking this video, consider subscribing. Please enjoy this video. Let's go! The chapter starts seconds after the end of the last chapter. We see Jack as good as dead. As I explained last time, I believe that those who die automatically turn into paladins. As long as he is alive, it's all good. We have seen how Yami and Nacht were able to survive a few minutes with such an injury, so there is still a little time to heal him. However, we should keep in mind that normal healing magic does not work like Mimosa's ultimate healing magic. I mention this because we see William immediately use his World Tree Magic healing spell, the same spell he used to save the Golden Dawn members after Zenon defeated them all. While William is able to close a few stab wounds, it has been clearly confirmed that wounds of this size cannot normally be healed only by likes of Mimosa and Grey. So unless William's healing magic improved during the time skip, this attempt is useless. William then immediately attacks Lucius, saying that he is the way he is today because of Julius, and that he basically can't allow him to use his body like that. Once again, this shows that Julius is not considered evil by anyone. Maybe by the citizens of Clover Kingdom, but not by those who understand who Lucius Zogratis really is and what Julius has to do with it. Lucius then says that William is not his opponent. He basically said he's not even worth fighting. Lucius is only interested in Yuno. When they clash, Lucius uses the same time magic spell that rotted Patri's hand. It's a spell that fast forwards time extremely quickly. It's basically a one-shot attack. If you get your whole body caught in the spell, you simply cease to exist within seconds. There's actually no way to heal from it or reverse this effect because it's not a wound. It's actually based on time. Then we see what those angels from the last chapters were. They are not the lights that we saw. The lights and these flying angels are two different things. It has not yet been revealed what these lights are. Maybe these angels came out of these lights, or maybe it has another meaning. These angels are a very interesting revelation because it doesn't look like they are people who have been turned into paladins or people who have been resurrected as paladins. They all look the same, like copies of each other, and also use the same magic ability, light magic. However, they all have these paladin marks, which confirms that they must be paladin-like creatures, and thus most likely artificial creatures, whatever you want to call them. They were most likely created with the magic combination of the Dark Triad, which the paladins used for instant healing. So it's possible that Lucius is not only able to create bodies for those he reincarnates, but also soulless soldiers. It's likely that he is able to either create souls or use soul magic to control these beings without them having souls. If this is indeed the case, then this will confirm my prediction that Lucius could create an army of soulless bodies that he could control. These angel-like beings then create light, which is interesting since this in turn could also more or less confirm my paladin network theory. It is basically possible that all paladins are connected. Just like Lucius can give the paladins the magic combination of the Dark Triad, body, blood, bone magic, to regenerate, it is also possible that he can receive the magic abilities of his paladins in return, or rather distribute the paladins' magic through this network. And these angels could be the first proof of this theory. We know that Morgan is the only paladin with light magic so far, and now suddenly we see how Lucius was most likely able to create artificial creatures that can use light magic. So it's possible that they got this light magic directly from Morgan through the paladin network. If this is true, then we need to see how far this really goes. Can these creatures be considered individual paladins, which will then mean that each individual paladin can use light magic? That is, every single paladin can use every single magic ability that exists in the paladin network. I personally wouldn't really like that though, because it would overshadow Lucius as the main villain if everyone could just use every magic ability. I would like to see this be something unique to Lucius, so that he would become ruler of all magic in the whole world, just as Sister Lily suggested. In this case then, these artificial creatures could be something more like an extension of Lucius himself, and since Lucius might be able to use light magic due to his connection to Morgan, his army of artificial paladins are also capable of doing so. But it is also possible that these paladins are clones of Morgan or something similar. In that case, the network theory would still be true, but slightly different. Maybe every paladin can have clones with their magic. There are many possibilities. All these angel paladins then shoot the light at all the citizens of the Clover Kingdom to kill them. This also suggests that my zombie apocalypse theory may also be true regarding the creation of the paladins, that is, by killing humans. They plan to turn all humans on Earth into paladins. This would be a form of paladin creation that we have not seen before. In this way, the number of paladins will increase exponentially. So this could explain why Lucius deliberately attacks civilians instead of focusing on the captain. Because if he can turn thousands of people into paladins in an instant, then he can concentrate on Yuno because the other captains would have a lot to do. Besides, it's Judgment Day, so everyone will be targeted anyway. That was part of the plan from the beginning. Before the lights can hit the citizen, Yuno comes and stops the attack with his star magic. This scene is iconic. With this, Yuno is officially, and I'm not even exaggerating, on the level of a Wizard King and even beyond. I think he and of course Asta are one of the strongest, if not the strongest magic knights the Clover Kingdom has ever seen, maybe aside from Julius Novachrono. But I actually think they are even stronger than Julius. And now I ask all of you who watched the video to go to the comments and give your opinion. Do you think Asta and Yuno have surpassed Julius Novachrono? Discuss a bit with each other in the comments. Yuno stopped the same kind of attack that Julius was able to stop with his time magic just before Patri stabbed him. Julius, as the Wizard King, saved all these people, and now Yuno has saved them from the same situation. This moment is of great importance to Yuno for his dream of becoming Wizard King. All people remember the fight between Julius and Patri and how Julius saved them from the light swords, and now of course they will make that comparison with Yuno as their savior. All the citizens are surprised and amazed. They notice all the stars even though it's not even night. To me, this scene with the stars makes it feel a little bit like they think Yuno has some very unique and special magic which could make his impact as a potential Wizard King even stronger. What I mean by that is that they wouldn't be as amazed by normal magic. It wouldn't have the same effect if someone with, for example, wind or water magic saved everyone. But stars and daylight, that's something you never see, something that breaks the laws of reality, so it's very impressive and it will certainly play a big role in how people see Yuno. And before the Asta fanboys among you start getting nervous, don't forget that Asta also saved the Clover Kingdom from the Demon God, just like the legendary first Wizard King. He even did that next to Julius Novachrono. Julius did not manage to defeat the Demon God, even though he would have been able to do so in his prime. But the point is that people saw Julius fail, but Asta saved everyone. So don't worry about it, Asta is clearly a Wizard King candidate as well. For me, there is no question that only Asta or Yuno can become the next Wizard King. If someone else is appointed, then only if Asta or Yuno are just too young. Yami is completely surprised by Yuno. He wonders how he could become so strong in just a short time. The last time someone was so surprised was Adramelech, when he saw Yuno wipe out all the high-ranking devils in a single blow without even trying. Just look at Yami's facial expression. He knows that he's much weaker than Yuno. But don't worry, Yami's awakening as a Yami clan demon god will surprise everyone. You can put Yami right next to Yuno after his Devil Heart awakening. Maybe not quite on the same level, but I think that Yami and also Noelle will become one of the strongest. Anyway, not only Yami is surprised, but also William admits that Yuno has become much stronger than him. And the craziest thing is that William is so much weaker than Yuno that he literally cannot accept that he's the captain anymore. He said, "No bro, I don't want to be captain anymore. Here, I'm promoting you. You are now captain of the Golden Dawn." And Yuno hasn't even started fighting. He's basically in his base form. All he did was stop an attack. And don't forget one important thing, William at the beginning of Black Clover was the main candidate to become the next Wizard King. This is insane and once again puts Yuno at the top. Obviously we all know Asta will become Wizard King, so relax. But for now, Yuno is not only ahead in rank, but also in his position as a magic knight. He's a captain, not just a normal captain, but the strongest. Just a single step away from becoming the Wizard King. And let's face it, Julius is no longer around to appoint anyone as the next Wizard King. Right now the only one who could do that is the King of Clover Kingdom. Let's hope he doesn't rush to announce that Yuno is the next Wizard King. We know how impulsive he can be. By the way, if Jack turns into a paladin, I'm sure Seku will be promoted as well. But listen, no matter what, when Asta arrives, Yuno will insist on giving him a fair chance. Yuno is ahead simply because of his position, but that will not be enough for him. It looks like both of them will fight for the title after the war. But back to the chapter. Even Lucius Zogratis acknowledged Yuno's strength. After seeing what Yuno did, he immediately confirmed his suspicions and once again made it clear that Yuno is indeed the only one who can defeat him. Obviously, so is Asta, but we don't really know if Lucius understood that Asta is still alive and in the Land of the Sun. Based on one of the aspects of the Paladin Network theory, the Paladins could also have a collective consciousness, so he could know about Asta's survival. In any case, he knows that someone must have defeated the Paladins. But since he can't see Asta's future, he just doesn't see him as much of a threat as Yuno. Lucius knows full well how powerful Asta is, but he just can't tell if there's a future where Asta could actually defeat him. So naturally he focuses on Yuno because he has confirmation that Yuno is capable of defeating him. Asta is simply an unknown factor. That's the difference. It doesn't mean that he believes Yuno is indeed stronger. And I still believe that in the one timeline where Yuno was able to defeat Lucius, he was only able to do that because he was fighting along with Asta. Since Asta is not seen in any timeline, Lucius just doesn't know that. I just want to mention again, I don't think Yuno is stronger than Asta. He has already confirmed that he thinks Asta is ahead of him, even though Yuno is ahead of Asta in terms of his rank, and also how people see him because Asta is still just the devil boy. That is the only reason why Asta is promoted so slowly. He literally has to hide his arm. The kingdom just doesn't accept him after all that devil activity. That's the sad reality and the only reason Yuno is ahead. So Yuno is ahead in every way, and yet he thinks that Asta is ahead of him. So what could Yuno mean by that? Based on the circumstances, it can only be strength. Yuno has seen something in Asta that Asta himself hasn't shown yet. Yuno has basically understood that he can't win against Asta at the moment. And now Asta has even learned Zedden and 3 more days of unknown mystery training. But I don't think Yuno has reached his maximum power yet. At the end of the chapter, my prediction came true that he will take off the bandage to awaken a new power. We see both stars and wind mana all over the place. And don't forget the magic stone, it is once again highlighted. We don't see that his arm looks any different right now, so it could be that the bandage was necessary for a certain process and not to hide anything. Maybe to protect his arm from light for some reason. Or maybe his arm was injured due to his new power and now he is using this power again. The last thing to note is that we still haven't seen Sylph. This is going to be very important. It is possible that Yuno has been preparing something with Sylph all the time, maybe even something related to the bandage. Maybe she's collecting mana, maybe Yuno is manifesting a continuous spirit dive to get used to this transformation as a base form, so that when he increases his power, he will go beyond any limit. Let me know in the comments what you think of this new Black Clover chapter and my chapter review. Don't forget to watch all the theories linked in the comments. And if you want to see more Black Clover content, then subscribe to this channel with the notification bell activated so you don't miss any new videos. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye!